their dress to cover my dress. And then they told, now you go ahead, sir. And they told me where to bow down and what to do. I did the same thing. And then they brought me, now you speak. Consecration type, they purified me first. They put some sort of water sprinkling in gown. I realized that was very nice ceremony. Minister did. And so in the same way, on earth you come, a gown is given to you, body. You have to speak, not the gown. Work you have to do, no doubt, sir. Purushottam Das Tandon, he was disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. When he went into court after passing Varetla exam, he has everything correct except his shoes were Indian and dress was English, tie and everything. So the judge gave order to leave the court because his shoes were not proper. Sir Purushottam Das Tandon gave a statement, sir, write down a statement there. I am lawyer. I have to dictate you, sir, that I thought I am the lawyer. Today I came to know these are my shoes, not me. And he left the court. Became very great leader, political. Right hand of Mahatma Gandhi, very great hero. After that he never went to the court. Okay, sorry, I will send my shoes. I will never come here. I thought I am going to take the case, my shoes will take. I will join politics. So this is that we think these are the shoes. This is the body. No, it is not the shoes. It is you have to speak. The amputated still legs are there. What are those legs which are not amputated? We have to see them. What are those senses which are not involved with sensory organs, still intact? Your eye can never be blind. Your arm can never be cut off. Impossible. They are made of energy. Who has power? This arm is cut off. It is not your arm, physical. It will move you. Monday may come, perhaps you may not move, his nerve is cut off. If it is your arm, then you should move all the time. It is not yours. In paralysis state, you realize that it becomes others, not mine. My thing must be with me all the time. That is mine. How it can be mine? It is given to us. Therefore, it is our duty to realize our body within the body, and that is our body. That can never be destructive. Visayebhya paravarte. Removing, taking away from the universe of this senses, sthapanam susya golake, placing eye organ into the eye sense, ear into the ear sense, back. Only sensation. Ubhayesham indriyana. Sensory and motor, ubhay, both sensory organs returning back into their original majesty. Original majesty. What is the original majesty? The body of energy. Returning into that. When you return your senses, sensory and motor organ to that state, what will happen? Do that. You will light. Radiation. Energy, peace, bliss and happiness. They are returning. You return in your home, how happy you feel. Realize, eye is not in its home all the time, seeing, tired and blind. And we don't know, can I see without this eye organ? I don't know. Okay, that became misery. So returning the senses to their respective center. What is their respective center? Atman. They originate from Atman. Returning all senses for the time being so we can understand their relation into their respective center. By that what we get? We get Dhamma, control over this body. We realize that this is not my body. This is the gown is given to live on this earthly plane. If you go in other solar system, in other planet, they will give you their gown. Americans brought some piece of the matter from moon, seeing. But once you see that matter, material and earth is not too much different. They may have some scientific difference, but with your eyes you cannot make any difference. If you are not told, you cannot tell that this clay came from moon. You cannot tell. So, any solar system, anywhere you go, they have their dress is given that we have. So, by meditation, stopping that, and for the time, placing all body back into the real body. All body means experiencing, in brief, experiencing the operation of the pranic body. Because they are the vibration of prana. See, when you have no energy, eye do not want to see, ear do not want to hear, nose do not want to smell, and tongue does not want to eat, and feet do not want to walk. Do they want? And body does not want to stay. Why? Because they are vibrated by prana, returning them into prana, ekka, energy state. That is Dhamma. Bahyanalam manam rate, bahyanalam manam rate, Isho uparati uttama, Isho uparati uttamam. All the time living 24 hours, depending on outer world. Okay, that is very bad. All the time depending on any person, anything, you lose your freedom completely. To depend on father, mother, husband, wife, friend is not bad. But it must be interdependent relation, not only one-sided. If you depend on somebody else for something, then they also mutually depend on you something, so long it goes well. But when there is a one-sided dependence, it is paralysis. You are lost. Our dependence one-sided. We don't know what it depends on me. I know I depend on it. That is the end. If both side dependence known, you are happy. I give you something, you give me something, our business running properly. Nobody exploiting anybody. But if one side, it is kind of exploitation. It is kind of paralysis. So, bahya analambanam pratte. Not to depend all the time on body, mind and senses, 24 hours and 12 months and whole life. Okay, that is not good. We must know our life. And in that way there is mutual relation. And whenever there is a mutual relation between the two, there is a relation. Our relation is missing. We don't know what is my relation with body. I am dependent 24 hours. I don't know if this body is not, then what will happen to me. So I am the product of the body. So I am paralyzed spiritually. Not physically, but spiritually we are confused and paralyzed. Itika uparati. Bahya analambanam vrati. Uparati. Not to depend 24 hours. Sometimes should be sanctioned and practice. Now I am not depend on your body. Dear, you sit down like a piece of stone, leave me alone. 30 minutes. Therefore, temple is the best. How to sit? Sometime you go alone. This is the temple built for that. How? You have to do. I can tell you the way, but you have to work. Imitate. Body is a matter. Body is the matter and idol is the matter. That is a stone, and imitate, put your body in the state of a stone, leave it. You will realize, I tell you. Imitate, go and put your body as it is. What it is, piece of stone. The inert material, you are giving life. Live that way, leave me alone for the time. And imitate. You will feel the godhood of idol transfer into you. Very great technique is there. You don't need to imagine anything. Put body in the stone. The moment you put body into the stone, what will happen? That you will realize what will happen. Second, body you cannot put into stone. It is not a stone. That which is not, you cannot tell. Take a Cow cough and tell, please behave like a stone, it will deny. Why has to be? There is something which is not a stone, you cannot put into stony stage. That is prana. Why should be stone? So the moment you put body into the state of stone, prana you cannot stop, it continue to vibrate. Your heart is still moving, that you cannot stop. Your breathing is still going on, that you cannot stop. Cell metabolism is still moving. So movement of the prana you feel right away. So you feel your real body, independent of this body. How happy you become. Real body is cosmic in nature. It is not limited. Cosmic in nature, your way is open. The space within you and outer is broken. The dualism between you and God is broken. That was the dualism. Happy. This is uparati, practice of independence of body, mind and senses for the time. You develop a taste. When comes taste, then automatically now nobody can stop you. Once you have a taste, you go. So, sam, dam, uparati. Now the fourth point is titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukhanam. Sahanam sarva dukhanam. Apratikara purvakam. Apratikara purvakam. Chinta vilaparahitam. Chinta vilaparahitam. Satitiksha nigandete. Satitiksha nigandete. Solution of the problem, politically different, socially different, nationally different, scientifically different, spiritually different. So do not be confused. These things are not socially, these things are not fit politically, these things are not fit economically, these things are fit spiritually. And spiritual answer is the final answer. All other solutions are like this. Somebody tells, reduce this, make this line shorter, so you make line shorter this way. You make a big line. Solve this problem, we create another bigger problem, then our older problem becomes shorter. This is social answer, economic answer, political answer. Is this the answer? Spiritually, if you give this way answer, then where you will be? You will not be spiritual by. Spiritual answer different. Somebody gives you trouble, tit for tat, politically this is the answer. If somebody cut your arm, cut his head, that's the end. Because I cut your head because you cut my arm. Okay, that's okay, but it does not solve anything. It does not help. You cut head, you will be punished for head. He cut arm, he will be punished for arm. Both are under punishment. Then again he will cut your head. Then again next incarnation he will cut his arm. Okay, now this is mutual cycle going on. Okay, that is not the way. Hatred can never be solved by creating another hatred. As Krishnamurti present very same thing philosophy, that we should not act in reaction. There should be gap between incidents and action. Then it is the God who acts. But there is a right away reaction, then it is not God but ego act. There should be space. Incidents happening and action is space. If there is no space, all of a sudden like reflex action, it will be automatic, it will come from ego. Space we cannot create. Our every action is in the form of reaction. Therefore there is always trouble. So it says sahanam sarva dukkhanam, tolerating every type of pain without searching any answer. See the beauty? Without searching any answer, without escaping in any way, facing that challenge and feeling the oppression of that pain. Feeling does not mean becoming victim of that pain. No. Don't misunderstand. Not becoming victim of that pain. Not putting head in the mouth of the lion that I'm sorry I cannot have, so take it. No. But witnessing. Not becoming victim. The moment we are victim, we have to move according to that. Neither, not victim, but witness. And not running away. Then reaction goes so powerful. it changes metabolism and happiness comes. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam, tolerating every type of pain, apratikara purvam, without entering into reaction. If you are entering into reaction, you create a trouble for you. Now you repent. Without entering into reaction, what problem comes, without escaping it, the moment we try to escape it, to do anything, we are diluting the suffering. Then we cannot enjoy. Suffering without diluting, entering into that dense fog, they become for the time being like a poison. But wait, remain with God, meditation. They will not be poison, they will be changed into nectar, bring new light. This is called titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam, tolerating every pain, apratikara purvakam, without reaction. Just tolerating. Chinta vilaparahitam, even without crying, and without even anxiety. Don't allow anxiety either. Finish. Remain in meditation by anxiety. Let the machine work automatically. Because we are trying to answer every problem by mind. Believe it. And it has not solved any problem today. And how it will solve tomorrow? The person who lives with you 40 years or 50 years never solve any problem. How it will solve tomorrow? Why you waste your time? Is not mighty power with you? So you are searching the tiny forces? If not mighty force, then you can do. You have mighty force with you. Why don't you use that weapon, which never miss the goal? That is Atman. So, sa titiksha nigadate. Titiksha is the way to take consciousness to the state of Atman. Because we cannot have answer anywhere. Every answer will be the reactionary answer, means tit for tat, and that is not the spiritual way, tit for tat. That is social way, economic way, business way, political way, but not a spiritual way. A spiritual way is the final answer, true answer. True answer is not in reaction. Believe it. True. It looks very good when you tell that you are stupid and I tell you are idiot. But it is not answer. We both are idiots. If you tell stupid, if I keep quiet and watch, perhaps you get answer that you did mistake. I feel happy that I make you wise later on. I feel in that way happy. If you tell me stupid, I keep quiet. Later on you realize it was not I but you. But happily you feel and react, you got knowledge. Rather than if I tell you are idiot, you are not going to learn anything. So, but this needs very great meditation. Titiksha, tolerance. And that can be only when you have the mythical story comes in Mother Parvati, the daughter of the Himalayan mountain. She is not daughter of Himalayan mountain. It is the reaction that wisdom, whose father is piece of stone. And the stone does not know, it does not react. You hit over it, break your head will be broken. The stone does not go into any reaction. Your head will be broken. It does not, and those who attack you, you do not need to attack them, they will be hit by their own activity. They will get proper punishment without you think. Why you should think? In this way, this hopeless mind, helpless mind, return back to consciousness, a light within you. You feel, how happy you are now. And once you have a taste, you will lie. And any problem come, you will have the same. That no, I am not going to lose my energy. Why I should be carrying? Every problem will push you back from this material world into self-consciousness. New life. These are the problems which make man. Really, I tell you. If you have no problem, pray God to give you problem. All prayers are answered. I prayed God, give me problem, and He gives me problem. And in that problem, meditation.
Warn us next time.
Eh?
Warn us when you make that prayer.
But
Warn us so we can make same.
Well, let us finish one, then we will have another one. But in this way, you realize that the titiksha. Titiksha means forget and forget. Two words. Forget and forget. That intelligence which has that power, reactionless, that intelligence cannot be wife of anybody. That intelligence cannot be wife of ego or mind. It will be the wife of Lord Shiva alone. Mother Parvati declared that she cannot be married to anybody except Lord Shiva. That impersonal intelligence in you cannot be the servant of the body, mind and senses. No. That is separate intelligence. It is the governing force. It is not servant of body, mind and senses. It has nothing to do. They are her servant. That is the whole mythical essence. Such an intelligence which has a power to forgive and forget, that intelligence will not enjoy sensory universe. It will enjoy spiritual love. That is called marriage with Lord Shiva. Not with ego, not with mind, not with senses. That intelligence will enjoy the cosmic state. And that is true. Sa titiksha nigidyate. So sham, dam, uparati, titiksha. These are necessary. The moment you are in reaction, you cannot meditate. The moment you have taken one reactionary you are in anxiety, day and night. Such a mind has to take the form of Hitler, you see. Troubles are coming and we don't know. Meditation gives power to forget and to forgive. When a national war was going on in India, on the behalf of English government, there was Lord Linlithgow. He wrote letter, it was published in newspaper, that Mr. Gandhi, happenings happened, I am sorry to send you into jail. Now, according to our crown government, we release you and we ask apology. Please forget and forgive. The two words I saw in dictionary. I was quite young in those days reading newspaper, forget and forgive. On the behalf of government of England. Forget and forgive. That was titiksha. Titiksha was on the behalf of English government. Forget and forgive. So if we can do this with our problem, then we are free from many reactions. Every reaction involves tremendous flow of energy. When the energy gone there, you cannot mend. You are lost, miserable, suffering, nerves break down. At the end, there is no end for such a misery. So keep up. Anything happens, try to become Mother Parvati, that her father is a stone. So she stands like the stone. Who can destroy her? Whose father is Himalayan and who is living force. In reaction, her father is Himalaya mountain. No reaction. What you can do? You hit your head against the mountain Himalaya, you will be broken into pieces. It will stand as it is. So when such a wisdom stands reactionless, this wisdom is married to Lord Shiva. This wisdom will not like anything except to enter into cosmic state. Sahanam sarva dukhanam sahanam apratikara purvakam chinta vilaparahitam. Crying or anxiety, they don't solve anything. If you are crying, then the best way crying is cry before God. Then at least somebody is listening. Don't cry alone without Him. Cry before God and for God. God, I did mistake, now I am going, please help. But that is only crying good. The crying is very good in proper place. शास्त्रस्य गुरुवाक्यस्य सत्यबुद्ध्यवधारणम् सत्यबुद्ध्यवधारणम् शास्त्रन्धा कथिता सन्भिः यया वस्तुपलम्ब्यते यया वस्तुपलम्ब्यते श्रद्धा श्रद्धा means faith श्रद्धा means faith F-A-I-T-H faith in what? Shastrasya those type of shastra holy scriptures faith in that Guru Vakyasya and teacher tells you faith in that Satya Buddhya Vadharanam because if you have not accepted you have doubt in everything you cannot begin your practice. Faith does not mean you have to accept and don't practice. No. Faith means to accept, then to work, and find out later on it was right or wrong. But if you don't accept anything, and faithless man cannot begin anything. Here faith does not mean that you have faith then forget everything. No. Faith is the beginning, not the end. Sa Shraddha Kathita Shraddhi Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. By that faith, practice begins. Can you practice anything in which you have no respect, no faith? No, you cannot at all. You cannot. Impossible. Heart does not dilate it. There must be first a called zeal, inspiration, ye adventure, ye desired it. That is Shraddha. Samadhana. Sama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha. Last is Samadhana. These are the 6 virtues. Sam, Dam, Uparati, Titiksha. Sam, to experience, some is to experience your a body of energy. Dam is to keep senses not all the time in sensory organs but into their center, practice. Uparati is to learn independence of body, mind and senses, not to depend all the time. Titiksha is to forgive and forget. And Shraddha is faith. Now 6 qualifications, 6 virtues, these are the 6 virtues called Samadhana. Sarvada sthapanam buddhe, sarvada sthapanam buddhe, sarvada sthapanam buddhe, Shundhe Brahmani Sarvada, Shundhe Brahmani Sarvada, Tasamadhanametuktam, Natu Chittasya Lalanam, Natu Chittasya Lalanam. Samadhan means solution. You must have solution of everything. How will you have? Okay, that is funny thing. Came qualification, solution of everything I must have. Does anybody have solution of everything? Okay, no. Okay, then how I will have? Okay, I will give you a trick. You will have solution of everything. Nobody has, but you will have. How? Any problem comes, return back into Godhood. Don't try to solve. Ask God. Anything you have, don't solve. There will be wrong step. Meditate. Let God answer through you. You got a problem. This is solution. Good or what happens in that state, it has to happen. So, sarvada sthapanam buddhe, any problem comes, bring wisdom, shuddhe brahmani sarvada. Ask God, God, what does it mean? Then please take care of it and remain in that state. Pain, pleasure, any happening comes, don't be reactionary. Husband, wife, children, friend, enemy, business, anywhere reaction comes, see God. Don't react easily. We react all of a sudden. It is our nature. But the moment you familiar, just cut it off. Come into natural life. Shuddhe Brahmani Sarvada. Always, especially on problem, bring before the light. Tas samadhanam, this is solution. Tas samadhanam mityuktam, this is solution, not that solution you took a stick and hit right away back. No. That is fit nationally and politically, but not spiritually. Spiritually is let the God give answer. And that answer will be permanent. No reaction again. Sarvada sthapanam buddhi Shuddhe brahmani sarvada Shuddhe brahmani sarvada Tasamadhanametyuktam Tasamadhanam ityuktam Natu chita selalanam Natu chita selalanam. All the time running to satisfy mind. Chittasya lalanam. Lalanam means, lala means darling. To make mind darling all the time. Give what it wants. Because you are going to destroy yourself. This is not the way. The way is bring this mind into Godhood and create. My teacher was telling one thing very lovely, that we grant things, God grants desire of everybody in the hope that one day God grant all your request, prayer, what you demand, ask, He gives you. In the hope that one day you will stop to ask at all and ask God that today you give what you want to give. Till now you gave me what I wanted. And one day will come, devotee will tell God, now I am tired of asking. You give all the time more than I ask, still I suffer. Now I ask you, please give me what you want to me. That's the best answer. What? God, this is this problem, what you want. You feel happy, this is the way this body should be destroyed, accept it, finish. Why should we worry? There is one way to die. If God feels that way you die, why to run away? That is the way to go. God does not kill anybody. There is life there in that way. Tassamadhanam, natu chittasya lalanam. Always keeping mind as a darling and loving it, supplying everything. You are path of ruin. It will destroy. It is not darling, it is poison. Chittasya lalanam. Lalanam means darling. Don't make your mind darling. Ahankaradi dehantam bandhana jnana kalpitan susarupavabodhena muktumiksha mumukshuta muktamiksha. Our deliverance is different. We request God for liberation. But our intensive prayer is to put into more bondage. Liberation, we don't know liberation from what. So one side we ask liberation, other side we ask God, make me free soon so I could enjoy the life better in somewhere else. It's just like a man who was fighting with his wife. In fighting he broke his arm. So he went to doctor, he adjusted. And he asked doctor, when I will be okay to hit her again. That is the whole problem we ask for. Pray, in prayer we are asking more and more bondage. Okay, no, bondage, liberation from what? Before praying for liberation, please understand liberation from what? Liberation from your prayer. What are you going to ask? Liberation from that. That stop everything. This makes whole program no meaning. So mantra tells, ahankaradi dehantam swasarupa avabodhena. Swasarupa avabodhena. Don't try to do anything. If you are, religious people are telling that impure and sinner cannot see God. But challenge is that can you remove your sin? Do you have that power? And if you have that power to remove, are you still sinner? Just contradiction. Nobody can remove his sin. Nobody can be pure, it is not in your hand. Leave these things are absolutely useless. They are not going to be helpful in any way. You cannot be pure. And if you can be pure, you do not see God. Finish. Believe it. You cannot be pure, you cannot have any answer for your life. It is not in your hand. If you can have answer, why should I have problem? Don't you think? Problem means because I have no answer. If I have answer, it is no more problem. If you have answer, it is not problem. It is problem, you cannot have answer. If you are sinner, you cannot purify yourself. If you purify, you are not sinner. Contradiction. You cannot read, then it is not day. If it is day, you must read it. If you cannot read, your eyes must be blind. Something is wrong. So mantra tells, forget everything. Swaswarupa avabodhena. Try to feel yourself all the time. Try to feel yourself. Try to feel that cosmic light. And when you feel, then moktum miksha. Then desire comes to dismiss this all what I am carrying on, this skeleton. I can live without it in a better way. This is disturbing thing. This idea is I cannot live without a skeleton. Once you find out that you live in a better way, air lives, water lives, light lives without body, why you cannot live? We lost everything, we cannot live without body. We became really corporeal beings. And the soul is incorporeal. It is not corporeal. We forgot completely how to live without body. Okay, that you cannot do, therefore feel yourself. Swa Sarupa. Swa means your, Swa self, Rupa. Swa Sarupa. Feeling your form, who you are. Avabodhena. Swasarupa avabodhena. Bodh means cognition. Realizing, cognizing your form, what I am. Muktu ichha. A desire was made naturally to leave this earth. Not good. Not good. I am not working through one body. I can work through anybody. So why should be a problem? I can work through anybody. It is not my only body. All bodies are my body. And I am free from everybody. Why I should be in one? Muktu michha. A natural desire comes because you have seen the world. You have seen true world. Swasarupa avabodhena muktum ichha. Therefore, ichha muktum, desire to get rid of it. Muktum what? Ahankaradi dehantan. From the ego, from the body till body, senses, mind, ego, all. Ahankara adi dehantan. From the ego till body. Bandhan. These are the bondage. Ajnana kalpitan. They are created by ignorance. The moment you bring light, there is no bondage. Bondage is just false and hallucination. When you see in semi-darkness, this stick as the rope, it is this stick as the serpent. The experience of serpent depends on the semi-darkness, because there is no complete light. When you bring light, you realize it is not a snake but a stick, but looks like a snake. In the same way, the more you meditate, the more light comes, the more naturally problems go. Don't try to remove any problem. Because if you try to remove problem, you will lose your mind. And mind created problem already. So it will not solve anything. Meditate. Meditate. When you meditate, then problems are created by body, mind and senses, then you will transcend. Ahankaradi dehantan bandhan ajnana kalpitan. You become desirous that no, I should work without body. Still you have body, but you work without it. I can work without it better. That is called intensive desire to know oneself. You do not need to have intensive desire to get rid of anything. No, intensive desire to know yourself. The more you have to know yourself, the more you become free from what you are not yourself. Body, mind and senses are not yourself. They are the gown given on this planet. If you go in the sunland to live, this gown will be burnt up there. Sun will give you the gown of the light. You will be there also populated. Sunland also populated, believe it. But they don't have this body. No, light. Every single ray is a living force. Because that heat becomes life in you. Ahankaradi dehantam, ahankaradi dehantam, bandhanam jnana kalpitam, bandhanam jnana kalpitam, swasarupa vabodhenam, muktumiksha mumukshuta, muktumiksha mumukshuta. Om Shanti. Om Namah Shivaya.
Can you say them just once again? Shama, Dhamma.
Okay, Shama. Shama means keeping the mind in original body of energy. And Dhamma, practicing independence of body and mind. We are dependent on that. That is Dhamma. Uparati. Dhamma is the keeping senses into their respective sources. And Uparati, practice of independence, then in meditation. Because we are dependent all the time. Sometimes we should feel I am free, at least for 1 minute. So practice of independence of this whole stuff. If you have a friend you depend 24 hours, you must have anxiety. You must practice to be by yourself, otherwise you will be dead. Practice of independence. Two independent fellows can love each other truly, not dependence. Practice of independence. So, Sham, Dhamma, Uparati. Titiksha, to forgive and to forget. And to tolerate everything. And Shraddha is faith in Guru. Even you criticize any Guru, still you become Guru. Krishnamurti criticized Gurus, but still those follow him, they have very great faith in him. Can you tell what you talk, I have no faith? No, faith. Without faith you cannot work. You can criticize artificial Guru, an artificial thing but not real. Those who follow around him, they love him more than Guru. You know? So, Guru Vakya and Shastra Vakya. Faith, then you do practice. Faith does not admit. So, faith. Then, Samadhan, solution. The nature, you cannot postpone every problem. It demands solution. By mind you cannot have solution of anything. We try to have solution by mind, and for the time being it was yes, later on we realized that it was not. Every solution of mind is like that. It creates another problem. And the smallest solve. No doubt. I have pain here, counter-attack make pain here, that is all. Same way do by acupuncture. Pain going on, we create pain somewhere else. By needle. The attention goes there, you forget this. It is not solution. There is no cure for anything anywhere except the self. Believe it. No cure. Ultimately, every cure will go into failure. They will help. Here is pain, you create pain somewhere else. Forget. But the cause is there, still hidden. Cause will be removed by seeing the self. So, samadhan. Samadhan means solution. Solution is impossible thing, temporary solution, everything solution through God, through Brahma. Any problem comes, don't solve, go into meditation. Meditate, here problems are automatically. They give you understanding. And understanding of problem is the solution of problem. Finish. You understand why it came. Why it was bothering me. So you go up, you have bliss. Ah, that was the reason he was bothering me. My mind now got bliss. You don't care anything, forget. No anxiety. You feel happy? Or somebody, you fell down somewhere, you hit little bit, get bleeding, very unhappy. But you see there right away something like yellow, so there is gold. You get the mind of gold. You forget all your fall and bleeding. You say, God, that was the very good fall. You discover mind of gold. So solution in God, in the Atman. Anything you have, craziness, anxieties, worries, frustration, sickness, meditation. And when you go there, that is solution. We must have temporary solution of everything. And everything solution is that light. And so these are the 6 virtues. So 4 qualification, discrimination between real and unreal. Second is detachment from unreal and attachment to real. Third is 6 virtues. Among 6 virtues are Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadha. This is the 3rd group. 4th group is in. Now see, take to hospital. He will not drink, he is quite okay. When he come home, he drinks again. He has no desire to live. You have desire. So you go ahead, you don't drink. I have desire, I am going to drink. Intensive desire to get rid of nonsense. If we pray day and night, God give me this, also we are praying liberation. God is laughing, what is that? This you ask, and liberation you pray. What to do? That is the bondage which you are asking. So if I grant liberation, I should not give you this. If I give this, then I should not grant you liberation. Because every prayer what we ask is bondage. And at the same time our prayer also going on liberation. So prayer for liberation and demand for bondage. God in trouble. If you sit down on that position, you will be in very great trouble, I tell you. Om Shanti. That's right. Thank you very much. When Manasa Dhali is taking over, whatever you are going to think, that it is transformed into a life. That is going to move out in yet Manasa Dhali. Whatever you are meditating, wherever your attention is, because this is the question of energy, will bother, will consonant, between their ordinary. Yan manasa dhayati. What is having your attention? What are you meditating? Meditation is not only here. Meditation is in everything. You are touching vegetable, meditation. You are not meditating, you will touch your finger. Cooking your meal is meditation. Walking on the road, meditation. If you are not meditating, meditation on, not God Lord, or meditation on walking. So there is objective meditation in which senses are needed, and subjective meditation in which it is, then ultra-subjective or transcendental. Then nowadays I find another word, supra-transcendental. Supra-transcendental meditation, yes, that's right. This is new word. Because I came to know when I was using transcendental, they gave me bar. That word is perceived and it has what you call copyright. I never heard copyright God. Anybody got from you now, I know God has a copyright. What to do? I sound like my meditation. STM your supra-transcendental. Your is transcendental, my transcending transcendental. My supra-transcendental, STM is school. I'm going to stop that study.
You got a copyright situation?
I will do it. Maybe in the country of copyright.
Well, that they can have that, that is true, but I don't mind, but that the word will not be difficult. Supra, 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 transcendental. Supra, transcendental. What is there? When you are repeating mantra, is it called transcendental? I am asking you. Transcendental means transcending the senses. And tongue is a part of sense. Even you think it is not transcendental. Mind itself is sense. Word ground. If you call this transcendental, then real transcendental, I have to put there supra-transcendental. Supra-transcendental meditation in which tongue does not move, body does not move, mind is not thinking like it. No, the bird must be kept. Supra-transcendental. That is explanation. Because they want their word.
You do understand that when Maharshi talks about Japa meditation and Yista mantra in his system, that the Yista mantra, as he uses it, is only to transcend the mantra itself.
You cannot transcend. You cannot clean your bathroom by urine. You have to water. Sorry. Your bathroom by feces and urine you cannot clean. You have to clean by another one. So the moment you are chanting, it is not chanting. Big mantra, it is not transcendental. Neither you can transcend by that. Transcendental means stopping mind completely different.
Right.
Krishnamurti is teaching transcendental, not nothing else. No doubt, ultimately will be that different stage. But the moment you have given mantra, not transcendental, it is mental. Because you are using mind. If anybody using transcendental technique, that is Krishnamurti. He stopped to think everything by you. It does not mean I am against. I myself chant mantra. But I don't tell it is transcendental. Neither you can give transcendental.
Can I explain?
No, I don't get it. Because what you will explain? First you must have qualification to explain. This is mantra telling. First you must have the knowledge of transcendental. It's just a time. So yan manasa dhyayati. Yan manasa dhyayati. Whatever we are going to think. Tat vacha vadati. That we are going to think. Because the speech is the expression of the mental content. Yet vacha vadati. Whatever we are going to speak, tat karmana karoti, that we are forced to bring into action. Yet karmana karoti, whatever we explain, whatever we perform action, tat adhikam prapatya. That so this is the first stage, begin to think. That's the whole thing. Sensation plus thinking. If you desire, and desire is defeat, as long as sensation going on, you don't think. Let them go on. As long as sensations are going on, hold on. The moment comes thinking, yan manasa dhyayati, now mind is involved. Yan manasa dhyayati. And the influence is taking the form of desire. That is the moment there is desire, radiates, it becomes a speech. The speech is not only speech. Yet vacha vadati, what we are expressing, tat karma, that is tat. And yet karmana karoti, that is just by action you perform, that is that is good or bad, it is not important. Whether you are going to transcend or to come down. That is the question. That it has to be that way. So this is coming in, because he is bringing all this been training up to you. Transcendental does not mean as many people misunderstand it is. It has only meaning. Because there is not such a thing as transcendental non-transcendental. These are the human world ones. For God there is nothing transcendental and nothing non-transcendental. For human mind they are. In reality they are one. One flow, how transcendental. For us it is material,